I wanted to show an example of how you can use the new version of Red to reuse a template, something called Reusable Templates. I'll share my screen. So if you head over to the meeting list setup, there's a new section here that talks about being able to dynamically set options. There are two concepts that you'll need to understand. One is a custom query. Custom query is similar to the custom query field. It lets you override whatever's in the service bodies by specifying a custom BMLT query. You can use the semantic workshop to help you identify what you can pass there. What this feature lets you do is pass it on the URL. You can also use this magic shortcode called query_comment_star, where star is any digit. And you can use an unlimited amount of these magic variables and then override them using the query string. From this, you can use any HTML characters, including line breaks. Just be sure to use URL encoding. And also, once you do this, you can then have a page or pages with links on a single BMLT site that uses one Red plugin that has multiple different versions of the same meeting scheduler. So what I'm going to do now is I have a sample template here, and this is using the Crossroads area. I'm going to reuse this template for the Southern Piedmont area, which is ID 47. And I'm going to do that without actually modifying the template. The one thing you'll notice on the front page is I've already specified one of those variables. I could do as many of these. I could call this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all I would have to do is in my query string call it 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do is generate the meeting schedule. And you'll see here it says not set. That's because I did not specify in the query string that magic variable. So what I'm going to do now is put query string custom 1, and I'm going to call this Crossroads %20. There we go. %20 is a space, just happen to know that. And you'll see now that that text has gotten filled in. So this is great. I now have a meeting schedule for Crossroads area. What I want to do now is then reuse this for the Southern Piedmont area. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the query string custom to Southern Piedmont area. And you can see that it's Southern Piedmont area now. The only issue is now I'm still showing the Crossroads area meetings. So what I'm going to do is use the other variable that we learned about called custom query. And I'm now going to use the URL encoder to create my BMLT query. I know that this is how I would get another service body. And I'll just paste this, oops, I need to encode this, and then paste this in the URL. And now I'm getting meetings in the Southern Piedmont area, and I have a Southern Piedmont area meeting scheduler. Some of this may need to be adjusted because it wasn't configured for reusability, but you can see that it would easily fit on a trifold. There might be an extra space over here. There needs to be a space here. Hope this helps.